Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, this past week's of weather has been a mixed bag, to say the least. We had a little bit of warm weather just, around the tri-state area, up in the 80s and 90s late last week, and don't get used to that. That's very unheard of. That's what we had, why we had a lot of records being set around the area. That warm weather and then the wind definitely impacted the ice conditions around the area. You get up, let's say, north of Brookings now, ice conditions are deteriorating day by day. Many people are still out there ice fishing further to the north because, again, the conditions are probably better now than they have been in quite a while as far as mobility is concerned. But a lot of people have been putting away their ice fishing stuff for the past couple of weeks and waiting for that ice to melt. I would say now with the wind that we've had again, those are what we need. Those are the true ice eaters out there. And with temperatures not falling below freezing, that's helping us keep that melt go on. So again, I think the ice fishing season, maybe one more week up in the extreme northeast, but with the cooler weather coming in this weekend, it may prolong it a little bit more. But the open water season is definitely in place in portions of the southeast part of the state. A few people are catching walleyes at Vermilion, also a few crappie being caught there. Twin Lake, which is the trophy lake, that's been one that people have been catching a few walleyes there. But the main story has been the Missouri River, and that's what you would expect this time of year anyway. But the Missouri River continues to go quite well from, let's say, Fort Thompson south. All you need is a jig and a minnow, jig and a twister tail, and you're catching plenty of nice looking walleyes. Not too many overs, over 20-inch walleyes, that is. Some being caught, but for the most part, a lot of 15 to 17, 18-inch fish. And some of them are already milking. So, again, keeps that in mind. What they're using, again, jigs and minnows. The Moon Eye jig from VMC has been very good. Also, the jig from Crystallize. That's been a very popular jig. So if you're looking for a great selection of jigs, stop on by here at the store because we have them for you. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about winter kill. We haven't talked about winter kill in the years that I've done this report via video. In the 23 years I've owned the store, we've had many years that had winter kill in it. So it's nothing new, and it's nothing that should be catching people by surprise because this winter has been long. It has been hard. It hasn't been one for the record books in many locations. But the couple of things that really kind of gave us the perfect storm for winter kill was the dry conditions, the lower water levels that we had going into the ice season. And then we had the significant amount of snow on top of the ice throughout the entire winter season. And that prevented the sun from getting through into the lake and giving the oxygen to the fish that they needed. So it resulted in a lot of winter kill, especially when it comes to bait fish. And you've heard that in the weeks leading up to this week, that minnows are going to be hard to come by. They continue to be that way now and expected to continue to be that way for the upcoming weeks as well. So it wasn't only bait fish that were impacted. You're talking of bullheads, carp, also a lot of game fish as well. And it varied from location to location so far. Now, as the ice retreats, you're going to probably see more and more lakes that have them. But also, some of the lakes that you have thought maybe would be prime for winter kills, like Whitewood, it hasn't had much winter kills. So again, it varies from location to location. And all those antecedent conditions going into the ice season really made a difference. But the one thing that people have this idea that, when you see a lot of carp floating up, that means there's twice as much game fish that has winter killed in that body of water. And that's not necessarily true. According to the state, in many locations, in many years, the carp are one of the first ones to really start suffering from low oxygen levels and then result in a high level of winter kill. So again, just because you see a large amount of carp doesn't mean you're going to correlate that to a large amount of game fish. So again, winter kill isn't anything new. It's just something that we have to deal with. No reason to cancel any type of plans coming up here later this spring into the summer, hitting your favorite lakes. There's going to be plenty of fish to be caught. It just may be a little bit different, maybe because of the fact that we will be dealing with a lingering effect of winter kill, meaning the bait situation. So again, winter kill is nothing new, just something that we have come to really grips with and deal with in the past couple of years. And as fishermen, we deal with a lot of things that we can't control, and this is one of them. Normally, this is the time where I would share this past week's photos with you, but we haven't received any. And so if you'd like to share your photo in next week's version, and what's wrong with bragging? By all means, share it with us, and we'll be able to post it on our fishing report as well as on our social media feed. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And before we end this week's report, folks, if you haven't made it to our store lately, you want to make sure you stop on by. You're not going to find a better selection of open water fishing tackle anywhere in the tri-state area. I can tell you we have rows and rows of different types of tackle. If you can't find it here, you're not going to find it anywhere, quite honestly. I can honestly tell you that when people walk in the door, they go, wow, I cannot believe you have all this tackle available. So again, make sure you stop on by. And if you can't, check us out on the web, because everything you see on the floor or that we have on the floor is available on our website at dakotaangler.com. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to give us a call at 605-336-9132. Because folks, we're here to serve you. And we hope that we can continue to meet your needs, no matter if it's open water season or ice season. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say it around here, fish on! Thanks for watching, folks. Stay healthy, and folks, also stay safe.